What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Big Fight Fuel channel, where we speak the truth, we're honest, we give our takes on AEW. It is Wednesday night, June 8th, 2022, and we got the band back together for I feel like the first time in about 3 weeks, I want to say. 2 weeks ago, I was driving home from Florida. Last Wednesday, I was by myself. Last Wednesday, I was by myself for the pay-per-view. We got Cameron Johnson audio version tonight, and we got Wesley Williams back on the Big Fight Fuel channel. You guys missed a lot last week, man. I'll let you talk about it in a little bit, but Cam, what is up, dude? How are you doing? What's good?
I am doing good, Joseph. Most things are going good. I'm going to take this time to completely bury Sprint. I'm going to take this time to completely bury Sprint and their phone service because Sprint is absolutely terrible. Because Sprint is a terrible phone service for me. And also, I'm going to take this time out to bury the TBS app because the TBS app and TNT app suck. So, and that's how I watch Dynamite most weeks. But those two apps are absolutely awful. Those two apps are absolutely awful. So, but besides that, man, I'm doing pretty good.
I mean, I've had problems with the TNT app as well in the future with Rampage when I'm on the road, but yeah, that's definitely an issue. But Wes, what's up, dude? It's been quite a while since I've seen you. How's life? What'd you think of tonight?
Yeah, man, it's been a little while, man. I know that the channel has missed me very, very much, but I'm very, very happy to be back. And what better day to come back than on National Best Friends Day here, who I consider my two best friends in the wrestling community, Cameron Johnson, Joseph Conlon. The band is officially back together to talk AEW content. So happy to be back. I thought tonight's show was a good show, but I wish I could have talked about last week's show, man. Last week's show was probably an all-timer, if you ask me. And honestly, I might as well go ahead and talk about the MJF promo
Yeah.
last week. God tier content, my goodness. MJF cut one of the greatest promos of all time in pro wrestling history, man. Absolutely wonderful. And it's gotten so many people talking throughout the wrestling community. Is it a work? Is it a shoot? Is MJF fired? I mean, he's not on the AEW roster page, and no mention of him anywhere in AEW, but honestly, man, if it comes down to my opinion, I still think it is a work. In my honest opinion, I understand some people's views on it. It might be a shoot too, but honestly, man, I think Tony Khan and MJF are pulling one of the greatest works in all professional wrestling history, man. I mean, again, it's gotten people talking. Everybody's been nonstop talking about it since it happened last Wednesday night. I mean, people to this day, 1 week later, are still talking about MJF. Saw an MJF sign in the crowd tonight too, man. People want to see Maxwell Jacob Friedman back on television. When will we see him again? When will we see him again? Time will tell. But my goodness, I wanted to at least pinpoint that because that for sure was the biggest highlight coming out of that terrific show last week. Thought tonight was a pretty solid show too. We got some invasion stuff happening heading into Forbidden Door on June 26th. That should be an amazing show there. So man, Joseph, Cam, let's dive right into the content.
Cam, you want to give your quick thoughts on the MJF promo last week?
I just want to say, man, that MJF promo was remarkable. A bit of a funny story, man. I had to go back and rewatch the promo because this pissed me off. I'm watching the promo last week on the TBS app on my phone, and man, MJF is going in. I am loving this promo. I'm like, yes, sir. And right in the middle of the promo, I get a phone call. I
Oh,
was mad as I was so mad, bro. I was so mad when I got this phone call, man. I was like, of all times, you want to call me. But I had to go back and rewatch that promo. And that promo is absolutely sensational, man. We are getting the summer of MJF. I cannot wait for it. I cannot wait for it. And this thing is a work, I cannot wait for it. And this thing is and I'm still convinced that this thing is, and I'm still convinced that this thing is a work, and it's absolutely beautiful, man. I thought it was a great promo.
I have no opinion if it's a work or not because I honestly have no idea. But I don't know if it's a work or shoot. Not. I still don't know, and I don't think we're gonna know for a long time. But what people were talking about was this could be MJF versus CM Punk for the World Championship, where we get a similar situation with CM Punk and John Cena for Money in the Bank 2011. CM Punk is now on the shelf, and last week wrestlers were dropping like a dime like that. Very sad to see. CM Punk broke his foot in what I thought was an unnecessary six-person tag he was in last week with Max Caster and the Gun Club. Just very stupid. And now he's out for I don't know how long. Cam said in the group chat that it could be as quick as 4 to 6 weeks or it could be 10 to 12 weeks. I have no idea, but it just sucks to see CM Punk gone right when he wins the World Championship. And we're going to crown an interim world champion at Forbidden Door. We'll talk a lot about that tonight in a little bit. But you guys want to give your thoughts on the CM Punk stuff, which I thought was very unfortunate. And he got injured in the match that he shouldn't have even been in the first place.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, man. I mean, like you said, Joseph, I mean, wrestlers are dropping like a fly last week. I mean, you had Punk. Danielson is out, I believe, 1 to 2 weeks. Cody Rhodes out 6 months with a torn pec. Amazing how that guy wrestled a Hell in a Cell match on Sunday against Seth Rollins. Don't know how in the world, why in the world he would go through with that, but it goes to show you that the man Cody Rhodes is, man. I mean, you got to tip your cap to him, man. I mean, he clearly gives his heart and his everything into professional wrestling, and I can't help you. At the end of the day, if you're a true pro wrestling fan, you can't help but respect the guy, man. No matter what promotion he's working for, Cody Rhodes is a true man, and I mean, he's really a real one for going through with that Hell in a Cell match with the torn pec and everything. I mean, and I'm sure y'all saw the picture of it too. I mean, nasty, absolutely nasty, man. I mean, that you could tell that it's something's definitely wrong there. And people wanted to say it was a makeup job and crap. It's like, y'all just shut up, just please. Like, how would you go and tear your pec and let me know how you feel and how it's looking after that? So you go right ahead. But yeah, CM Punk. Very unfortunate, man. And looking back, yeah, the 6-person tag that did not need to happen. It really shouldn't have, because now Punk's on the shelf for a little bit. Thankfully, it shouldn't be too long. We should see him back, pretty soon from now. But in the meantime, we're going to be crowning an interim world champion, which we will, go on to see heading into Forbidden Door, who that might end up being. Right now, we're going to talk about the main event and everything and who won the Battle Royal and stuff. But even on New Japan side, we got Tanahashi versus Goto to decide who will go on in the Forbidden Door to challenge for that interim world title. I personally think it's still going to be Tanahashi. That was the plan was Punk versus Tanahashi. It's going to be Tanahashi. It's going to be interesting to see. Well wishes to CM Punk. Hopefully he recovers as soon as possible. We can see him back on AEW television once again with the world title in his hand.
Cam?
You sleeping on that John Moxley versus Rocky Goto match, man. You sleeping on that one there. You sleeping on that one there with the last Forbidden Door. That's going to be a banger. I'm telling you. And another straight to Rocky Goto. We all know that's going to be heroic. We all know that's going to be heroic on Austin in this spot. It's unfortunate that Punk. It's unfortunate that Punk is injured. I hope he comes. It's unfortunate that Punk is injured. I hope he comes back. I hope he comes back. I hope he comes back better than ever. But I'm gonna say it before we get to it. I think them crowning an interim champion is stupid. I'm not a fan of them crowning. I'm not a fan of them crowning an interim champion. I'm doing the whole interim champion stuff. I'm just not a fan of it.
Yeah, I mean, they did it with Cody Rhodes when he was off for 2 weeks because of COVID. So, I mean, I'm not really
sure. We needed an interim champion for that. I don't understand that at all. I thought it was stupid too.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but certainly seems like we could be setting. We'll talk about it. We could be setting up for a big match once CM Punk returns. But guys, if you haven't already, I did a video on Cody Rhodes and the Seth Rollins match Sunday at Hell in a Cell. If you haven't gone check that out, if you want to go check that out, be sure to go check that out. here on the channel. And also be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Field channels. We're going to have so much wrestling content during the summer. I'm going to try, I don't know, I'm going to try to make more wrestling content. So, if, like, for an example, Sunday night was a big deal with Cody and Seth Rollins. If there's, like, any big deals that happen in the WWE or news that's in AEW, I might just drop a quick 10-minute video like I did on Sunday night. So I will try to get as much content wrestling-wise out as possible. Be sure to follow me on TikTok as well. I've been using that as well. We're trying to make this here the summer of the Big Fight Field, and Wednesday nights are the place to be. Just ask Luther and Supentico, the Chaos Project, because Wednesday nights you come to the Big Fight Field channel. Let's talk about Dynamite tonight, live from Kansas City. Not as good as the crowd last week, but a pretty good crowd. We opened up with the Casino Battle Royale. The winner was going on to face Jon Moxley later on in the evening. And if you watch the channel for a long time, you guys know I'm not a big Battle Royal guy. Just too many people in it at once, and it's just hard to keep up with, and it really doesn't get that exciting until the final 7 or the final 6. So we're going to fast forward to that, but before we do that, I want to get to 2 points. Number 1, this pairing between the Gun Club and the Acclaimed has been money so far. I don't care what anybody says. Their comedy is on point. The fact that Billy Gunn is siding with the Acclaimed instead of his sons, it's hilarious to me. I just find it really funny. And I think this faction is turning the Acclaimed babyface. I think they're already baby faces, man. I mean, the crowd loves them, and they're booing, they're chanting ass boys all the time. I love how Anthony Bowen says, when I say ass, you say boys, and the crowd repeats him that. So I love this pairing. I don't know how long it's going to be for, but for right now, I think it's very good. Second point I want to bring up as well, Swerve Strickland eliminated Keith Lee. I didn't know if it was a heel turn or not. Swerve was smiling and Keith Lee was all pissed. I understand it's a battle royal and you're going for a world championship, so maybe it wasn't a heel turn. But then I go on Twitter throughout later on in the night, and Swerve posted a picture of Keith Lee and it said dead weight on it. So I'm like, whoa, I'm guessing this is a heel turn for Swerve, since technically he's calling his tag team partner dead weight. So I guess that elimination from Swerve to Keith Lee was a heel turn, which I was pretty shocked by. Did you guys get the same feeling as me?
I mean, I initially watching the match, I didn't think it was a heel turn. It kind of was the basic, like, oh, okay, of course the partner eliminates the other partner because every man for himself.
Yeah.
But I saw his post on Instagram, and it was like in quotations limitless. So I did see that. That's what he put on Instagram. Of course, I'm not on Twitter anymore, so I didn't see the post he made on Twitter. But if he said dead weight, then maybe there's a little more to the story than we know. Maybe we see a heel Swerve. I mean, I wouldn't personally mind seeing heel Swerve because I think he could be a really good heel. And probably be a good feud with Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. But I will say I was enjoying their pairing, though. I thought both of them really meshed well together. Not too big on the tag team name. Swerve and Our Glory could be a better tag team name in my honest opinion. But I think both guys are insanely talented. I mean, I think whether they're facing each other or they're paired up, they're going to create some magic, and we'll see what happens and how this unfolds going forward. But maybe this was a heel turn for Swerve. Who knows?
Yeah. Cam, do you have any thoughts on this turn?
I'm with Wesley. I'm with Wesley here. When I first saw the turn happen, I just thought it was, I just thought it was because I just thought it was the classic. Yeah, I just thought it was the classic. Every man for himself. You got to go. How many times have we seen that in a battle royal? Especially a Royal Rumble in particular, where you have the two tag team guys going there, they're working together, and all of a sudden And then all of a sudden, one tag partner eliminates the other, and the tag partner just looks at him like, sorry, is every man for himself? Sorry, is every man for himself? But I thought the same thing, but that post by Swerve was weird. But if we're getting heel Swerve, I would not mind that at all. I wouldn't mind that at all. I think heel Swerve can be a lot of fun. But him posting that weight there, I'm just really confused as to what that means. I'm just really confused as to what that means. I did not see this as a heel turn at first.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll get a promo by Swerve on Rampage or on next week's Dynamite. We could see a new feud between these two guys. I wouldn't know who go. It would be difficult who goes over, but that's for another question to ask. We had the final six. We had Swerve, we had Andrade, we had Ray Phoenix, we had Kyle O'Reilly, we had Wheeler Yuta, and we had Darby Allin. So Darby Allin had just eliminated Bobby Fish, and Wheeler Yuta had just eliminated Powerhouse Hobbs. So we were down to those six guys. Darby Allin goes into Andrade, into the turnbuckle. Darby goes for the other side. He tries to do it again, but Swerve Strickland grabs him and throws him over the top rope. And technically, I thought Darby was going to win this match. When I saw him in the Battle Royal, I'm like, yeah, Darby versus Moxley would probably be a really good main event tonight. He got eliminated by Swerve, which was pretty shocking to me. But then Swerve was immediately eliminated by Andrade. So we were down to the final four of Andrade, Kyle O'Reilly, Ray Phoenix, and Wheeler Yuta. Ray Phoenix and Andrade were going at it. Would love to see a one-on-one match between those guys. Phoenix was going for a second rope maneuver, only to get a low blow in mid-air from Andrade, and he was tossed over. We were down to O'Reilly, Andrade, and Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler Yuta dumped Andrade over the top rope. We were down to the final two of Wheeler Yuta and Kyle O'Reilly. Had a really nice back and forth. Tell you what, man, I would have loved to see another Wheeler Yuta John Moxley match tonight. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Kyle O'Reilly won. And at this point, I'm like, that's kind of disappointing. I mean, they could have picked a lot. They could have picked multiple amount of people, but out of all the guys, they picked Kyle O'Reilly. I'll talk about why I'm glad Kyle O'Reilly won now in the main event, because that match was fucking awesome. So, Kyle O'Reilly won this Battle Royal. It was okay, the Battle Royal overall. So, Cam, I know you were saying some stuff in the group chat. We could have bigger names in the Battle Royal. You weren't a big fan of the Battle Royal, I think. So I'm gonna hand it over to you first and get your thoughts on this Casino Battle Royal.
It's not that I wasn't a fan of the Battle Royal. I actually thought this Battle Royal was a lot of fun. I thought this Battle Royal was a lot of fun. But what I'm coming at is, this is a shot at the AEW World Championship on the line to see who goes to Forbidden Door. Okay? And this is a shot. Okay, this is basically a shot to determine who is in your pay-per-view main event in about 3 weeks. In about 3 weeks. Okay. Why? I felt like this Battle Royal could have used a lot of more big names than it had. It had some big names: Darby, Swerve, Keith Lee, Eddie Kingston. Okay, fine. I felt it could have had more. I know Hangman Page had a match tonight, but I think you could have gotten away with Hangman Page pulling top. But I think you could have gotten away with Hangman Page pulling double duty. I think you could have gotten away with Hangman Page pulling double duty and pulling double duty, and if Hangman won, and if Hangman won tonight, I know you could have easily had the announcers explain, if Hangman Page wins tonight, we're gonna have a replacement opponent for David Finlay or something like that. I think Hangman should have been in there. I think Jericho I think Chris Jericho definitely should have been in this Battle Royal. I think Miro should have been in there. I think Miro should have been in the Battle Royal. I think Sammy Guevara should have been. I think Sammy Guevara should have been in it. I think Sammy Guevara should have been in it. I think Jungle Boy probably. I think Jungle Boy probably should have been in it. Same thing with Matt Hardy. Same thing with Matt Hardy. Christian Cage, I think should have been in it. Malachi Black, I think should have been in it. I just think this Battle Royal could have been it. I just think this Battle Royal could have benefited from having more big names more big names in it, especially since it's not just a casino battle royal where the winner gets a shot at the AEW World Title at a random date. It's not just that. It's to determine who's going to your pay-per-view main event in about 4 weeks. It's not like it's on Peacock where it's not like it's on Peacock where it's $10 a month. So it really doesn't, where it's $10 a month. So it really doesn't matter who you put in the pay-per-view main event. You're not paying $60 for it. You're only paying $10 for it, and it's a B show. No, this is a pay-per-view main event. Can you really? I like Kyle O'Reilly. I do. Kyle O'Reilly is not a guy who I look at and go, I'm going to pay $60 to watch Kyle O'Reilly and Hiroshi Tanahashi in the main event on the pay-per-view. It's just not. It's just not. Now, Jericho was in the Battle Royal. You go, what? I could see somebody paying $60 to see a rematch of Jericho and Tanahashi in the Battle. If you see a rematch of Jericho and Tanahashi at Forbidden Door, I could see that. I just felt like this Battle Royal can use more big names. And to be honest with you, I don't think this match would have been nearly as good as the match we got tonight. But I think Chris Jericho should have won the Battle Royal. I think Chris Jericho should have won this Battle Royal. I think he should have been in the Battle Royal. I think he should have won it. And I think we should have got Mox and Jericho in the main event of Dynamite tonight with John Mox winning on the Forbidden Door. That's just me. That's just me. You could have had Jericho eliminate. That's just me. You could have had Jericho eliminate Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston gets outraged. Eddie Kingston in the main event helps his boy John Moxley out. Jericho in the main event helps his boy John Moxley out by helping him beat. By giving him the assist to beat Jericho. Still add some heat to that feud there. Jericho can take a loss. I just think they could have used some bigger names instead of. No disrespect to the Gun Club instead of the Gun Club and Jake Hager in this Battle Royal. I think they could have used more big names.
I get where you're coming from with Jericho. They've been feuding with the Blackpool Combat Club and eliminating Eddie Kingston last. And Eddie Kingston said his promo that his goal in AEW is to become the world champion. And Chris Jericho was the man who called. That's not a bad story. I actually would have been pretty okay with that. But I get your point where you're going, but I don't think eliminating a guy like Miro would do any good for Miro, and because he should be a guy that they're protecting and stuff like that. But I totally understand.
I do agree with that he's a guy that they should be protecting. But at the same time, it's not like somebody pinned Miro's shoulders down in the mat 1, 2, 3. No, he got eliminated in a Battle Royal. To me, that's a very sensible loss. That's a very sensible loss. Miro, he got thrown over the top rope. He wasn't pinned. He wasn't submitted, anything like that. He just got thrown over the top rope. He could have had his momentum, throw him over the top rope or anything like that. You could have had Darby get the surprise elimination. Keith Lee throw him out, something like that. I don't think that would have killed Miro personally. If you just have him go over the top rope instead of getting pinned. I don't think that would have hurt him.
Yeah, I could see where you're coming from with that one. Wes?
Yeah, not much to really say about the Battle Royal itself. I did really enjoy the little brief interaction between Takeshita and Hobbs. I thought that was a really nice brief interaction. And Takeshita, man, I hope they do some good things with him because that dude is such a great talent. And he's only 22 as well, man. I mean, this dude is wrestling like he's a veteran in this business. So I'd love to see more and more of Takeshita, man. It seems like the fans have really taken to him more. So that was really cool there. But, yeah, I mean, after watching the main event, I mean, I'm not as upset about the result of this Battle Royal, but Yeah, what definitely was not what I was expecting. Would have gone with somebody else. I mean, I seriously thought like Andrade could have won it or Yuta could have won it, because that way it would have been more unpredictable, because it's like I could see either one of those guys winning and possibly going to Forbidden Door. Or like I could actually like realistically see that. But they went with O'Reilly. And it is what it is. You know, we ended up getting a killer main event, which we'll talk about in a little bit. We ended up getting a killer main event out of it. But yeah, I mean, they could have done a little bit better with it. But, you know, it is what it is. The Battle Royal was what it was. Again, can't really critique it like a regular match. O'Reilly won, and we got a killer main event because of it. So there you go.
Yeah, we'll get to that main event to end tonight's show. But guys, we got a big announcement, and I was a little bit confused. I'm like, why didn't they announce this last week and tell us that there was going to be a tournament starting next week? They kind of thrust it in saying, we're going to start a new tournament. Anyway, we have a new championship in AEW. It is the All-Atlantic Championship. No, it was not the Trios Tag Team titles. We're waiting for Kenny Omega to get back for those to happen, but we have the All-Atlantic Championship. The championship looks really beautiful. You can go look at it on AEW's Instagram, Twitter page. It's got a symbolism of all the main flags, the main countries, and it's represented all the countries around the world who watch AEW. And we got Canada. We got a bracket. The brackets: Ethan Page against Miro. The match tonight: Buddy Matthews against Pac. Malachi Black against Penta, and a New Japan wrestler to be in that Fatal 4-Way. We're getting a Fatal 4-Way at Forbidden Door, and the winner is going to be the first ever All-Atlantic champion in AEW. I guess this is going to be their version of the United States Championship. That's what I kind of get off with it. The TNT title is kind of their version of the Intercontinental Championship. So I'll have to get used to it for a second mid-card title. But if you ask me, Joe, who's that guy that you think should be the first All-Atlantic champion? That title is freaking designed for Miro, man. I mean, he just fits well with that championship. Just give him the title first and let him run with it for as long as he want, and have him do with that championship like he did with the TNT championship and start destroying as many opponents as possible. So I'm giving that title to Miro for the first ever champion. What's your guys' thoughts on the new championship, this tournament? And we'll get into Buddy and Pac, which was the first match of this tournament. Let's hear from Cam first on this one.
First off, I want to say this championship looks beautiful. It really does. But with that being said, why are we getting another mid-card title in AEW? I mean, like, I guess it could work because that rock. I guess it makes sense because AEW's roster is just so fucking gigantic. It's just so fucking gigantic. So you need to have like everybody doing something. And so like them bringing in this championship, okay, but like just in general sense, I'm not a fan of having two mid card. But just in general sense, I'm not a fan of having two mid-card championships. I'm not a fan of having two mid-card titles. I mean, I already think AEW has way too many titles. I already think AEW has way too many titles right now. I mean, you obviously have the TNT, you obviously have the TNT title. You obviously have the TNT title. You have the tag titles. We're getting the trios titles. It's looking like. I know the FCW title is not officially part of AEW, but you got the FCW title. No, but you got the FTW title, Ricky Starks has on television. And then you have the mid-card title for the women and the TBS title. The TBS title. So, to me, they just have way too many championships. I'm not a fan of them adding another one. But this championship does look beautiful. And you say Miro, I think that championship on Pac. Pac needs some gold, man. Pac has been long overdue. for some gold in AEW, man. Put that championship on Pac. It's been long overdue. It's been long overdue.
Maybe that. I don't know. That's a tough call. What do you think, Wes?
I mean, honestly, I think I'm with Cam here, man. Because Pac's been a part of AEW since the beginning, man. He's busted his ass for all this time. You know, we've seen. I mean, Miro, I could definitely see with the title as well, and I wouldn't mind that either. But I just think, you know, Pac hasn't won a single title in AEW since he's been there. I feel like the dude is just too good to not have a title at some point in this company. And why not the All Atlantic Championship? You know, but again, if Miro were to win it, I mean, you got a great field here right now, man. So far, we got Pac. Who's winning the Ethan Page Miro match next week? I think we all can easily predict that. And then you got, you know, Malachi Black, Penta. I can see either one of those guys. I mean, you got a really solid field here. Now, as far as my thoughts on the title itself, title's beautiful, no doubt about it. I don't think we're going to disagree about the design. AEW knows how to design their belts. we can give them a lot of credit on that. Do we need another singles men's title? In my opinion, no. I was hoping when they said a new title, I was hoping for the trios belts. And I know that it's been reported and stuff that Tony Khan's waiting on Kenny Omega to get back. But here's what I have to ask, though. How long before we even see Kenny again? Because he's still recovering from multiple injuries, not just one injury. I mean, multiple injuries to his body. He's been out since November, and he's been recovering from those injuries. And now we're in the summer and stuff. It has been a little while, but like, for all we know, he could be out for maybe another like 4 to 6 months for all we know. I mean, we don't know the severity of these injuries. I mean, like, and I'm just saying, like, you got such a stacked roster at this point, and you have so many 3-man groups. Like, why not just go ahead and pull the trigger on the trios? But people have been clamoring for that for so long. I never saw anybody clamor for another men's singles title. You know, I everybody was all you know, clamoring for trios belts. But that's all they want, you know. And unfortunately, we're waiting longer on it. But again, I mean, I feel like at some point Tony Khan's has got to pull the trigger. I mean, I get the whole thing about waiting for Kenny, but again, how much longer is Kenny going to be out? We don't know the timetable of his return. We don't know when he's coming back. You know, it's all a mystery right now. So I just feel like at some point Tony Khan's has got to pull the trigger and give us the trios titles, whether Kenny is back or not. I just feel like he might have to bite the bullet on it and just give us the titles, even if Kenny's still not ready. You know, that's just my view on it. I mean, people might think differently on it, but we'll see how this whole thing goes with the All Atlantic title. Again, you know, like you said, Joseph, it could be a version of the U.S. title in WWE. I talked to you guys on Instagram. I said it could be possibly like a European title kind of thing too. I know WWE used to do the European title. This could be their version of that in AEW, possibly that as well. But again, I feel like it's ultimately not that necessary. But you know, we'll see how the run with the title goes and who becomes the first champion and how they do things. But I mean, you do have a big roster at the end of the day. AEW has definitely bolstered their roster a whole bunch. You have a lot of talent to work with. Heck, Tony Khan owns Ring of Honor now too. You got all that Ring of Honor talent, so it could work, you know. So maybe this isn't going to be all that bad. I'm going to give it a chance and see how it goes. But I personally just would have rather seen the trios belts be introduced. But yeah, I mean, so far, I mean, you look at this field for for this tournament. I mean, it's stacked beyond belief. So
Yeah, I agree. First match, the only complaint I have about all this, by the way, is the fact that they announced it so abruptly. And they're like, after they announced the new championship and all that, they're like, the tournament's going to start right now, Buddy Matthews versus Pac. And it was the match.
I do agree with you on that, man. I do agree with you on that, man. If they knew that this, you know, now I don't know how much of the show they had to rewrite because of the Frank injury, but it's like if they knew, but it's like I'm pretty sure they knew they were debuting this championship. They could have announced this shit last week or like on Rampage or something instead of just oh yeah, by the way, guys, we got a new championship and it starts now. And it's gonna lead to a match of. I thought that was like, what should take in? It's like, huh? It's like, if you give it a week, you're like, oh, okay. That's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. You could have given him, or you could have said next week we're gonna unveil a new championship and the tournament's gonna start next week as well. And then you have fans speculating all week of what this championship's gonna be and all that stuff. Anyway, we had Buddy Matthews versus Pac. I was waiting for this match in the Death Triangle House of Black feud. Of course, these guys had a great match. Really, really good stuff. There was this insane spot where Pac was on the top rope. He jumped onto Buddy Matthews' shoulders and delivered a poison rana. That shit looked electric. That was really good. I think this match showed, because we haven't seen Buddy in a one-on-one match in a very long time. This was his first singles match in AEW. I think this match was released to remind the people what this guy can do in the ring and how good of an asset he can be to AEW. And putting him in the ring with a guy like Pac, that's just the way to go with it. These guys had a great match. Pac won, which was absolutely the right call. You guys think he should be the first champion. Absolutely the right call for Pac to win this match. After the match, we get the Death Triangle coming out to celebrate with him. We get the House of Black, and Malachi looks at Buddy with disbelief and disgust, and then he stares at Penta, who he's going to be facing in this tournament for the All Atlantic Championship. So this match was great. I enjoyed it. Wes, let's get your thoughts first.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to end up getting a bad match between two guys of the caliber of Buddy Matthews and Pac. Great stuff from both guys tonight. Pac winning was definitely the right call here, and now he moves on into the Fatal 4-Way to crown the first ever All Atlantic Championship, or All Atlantic Champion come Forbidden Door on June 26th. The next Wednesday it was announced we will get Ethan Page and Miro next week, and again, I think we all know who's winning that one next week. So that should be a good one there. But yeah, Pac and Buddy Matthews both killed it tonight, and yeah, I hope to see more Buddy Matthews singles matches for sure against many other opponents at AEW, man. And you got such a huge long list of talent for Buddy Matthews to go through in one-on-one competition or tag team competition, whatever the case may be. Buddy Matthews and Pac, both of them are absolutely elite in their own right, and definitely good stuff from these guys tonight.
Cam?
I thought this is a really good. I thought this is a really good match here. We really need to see Pac. We really need to see Pac in the House of Black on Dynamite more often. Like they should be on AEW television every. Like they should be on AEW television every week. With MJF being gone up the show for the meanwhile, hopefully this opens up a spot for House of Black or Pac to appear on Dynamite more often, because we need to see these guys on television every week. But I thought this was a really good match here. I thought this was a really good match. I really enjoyed it. The black arrow is absolutely beautiful. I thought this is really good stuff here. Pac should be your first All Atlantic champion, man. And hey, I got a very important question to y'all. Where did Ethan Page's funeral, man? Because we all know he's gonna die next week at the hands of Miro. What y'all wearing to his funeral?
Man, I already got a nice all blue suit ready to go.
That's classy. That's real classy right there. Do that man Pratt.
Oh man, I mean it should be a fine match, but Miro is going to kick his ass and move on to Forbidden Door. I think we're all sure about that. One of the biggest things that happened on the show is this New Japan invasion. Now, I was upstairs unpacking some stuff when Trent was in the ring. FTR came down, and I walked downstairs and I heard a music I never heard, and I walked in the living room and Will Osprey was standing on the stage, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Will Osprey's on Dynamite. Much needed. I will talk about what match he should be in a little bit. But we got the I think that what's his faction name called? The Aussie Open.
United Empire.
Oh, I'm looking at the card for Friday, and it says Will Osprey and Aussie Open, but United Empire came down and attacked FTR and Trent and Will Osprey. the backhanded fist to Trent in the back of the head. So I think we're setting up for a three-way match at Forbidden Door for the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles with Roppongi Vice, United Empire, and FTR. And that should be a very good match. That should be a very good match on that show. And another thought I had, I was confused why they said Trent Beretta will speak. What if they're starting to break Trent away from the best friends and he starts his own singles run? Have you guys ever thought about that? I could see that. That's a possibility. But man, the bigger picture. Will Osprey on Dynamite, absolutely huge. What do you think of the segment? And then we're gonna talk about like who should he face at Forbidden Door, because obviously he's got to be on that show. We'll start with Wes for this one.
Yeah, definitely one of the biggest highlights of tonight was the arrival of the aerial assassin himself, Will Osprey. Man, it's been a long time coming for Will Osprey to show up on AEW TV, and here he was tonight, standing at the stage and standing over both FTR and Trent Beretta. Absolutely amazing stuff, man. And yeah, we definitely need to see Will Osprey in some type of match come Forbidden Door. Who he faces, I don't know yet. But yeah, I definitely agree with you, Joseph. I think we're getting a three-way tag match for the I guess the Ring of Honor tag titles. And I'm not really keeping up with New Japan. Are the IWGP tag champions? Is it Jeff Cobb and Great O'Khan? I'm not totally sure.
I think so. Hold on.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
Okay, yeah, but in the meantime, though, it would at least be for the Ring of Honor tag titles because FTR holds the Ring of Honor tag titles. But regardless, it should be a very, very solid match if we do end up getting that with Roppongi Vice, FTR, and United Empire. I think all six of those guys would put on one hell of a trios match, or not trios match, a three-way match.
The current IWGP Tag Team Champions are Chase Owens and Bad Luck Fale.
Yeah.
So, okay. The Bullet Club has the tag titles. Okay. I wanted to make sure because I didn't know if they were going to do like a whole like Ring of Honor and IWGP tag titles, and if you wanted to throw the AAA tag titles in there, because why not? FTR still has those, make it a big, huge spectacle. But that looks like the road we're going down. But the big whole story here was the arrival of Will Ospreay and United Empire on AEW television, man. Again, it just adds to the more of the build for Forbidden Door, man. AEW is doing a really solid job of building up the excitement and the anticipation for this show on June 26th. I for sure can't wait for it. But yeah, who will Ospreay gets in the ring with? We shall see. But I don't think we're going to be very disappointed at all.
I'll talk about that in a little bit. What was I going to Cam about this segment?
I thought this segment was really good. Really cool seeing Will Ospreay on Dynamite. It's about time, quite frankly. It's about time we saw Will Ospreay on Dynamite. I thought it took way too long. I thought it took way too long to get Will Ospreay on Dynamite, quite frankly. But I'm happy Will Ospreay's on Dynamite. Yeah, but I'm happy Will Ospreay was here tonight. I love me some Will Ospreay. Yeah, I love me some Will Ospreay. He is legitimately top 5 wrestlers in the world right here. Right, top 5 wrestlers in the world right now. New Japan got 2 of them, Okada and Osprey. They're legitimately 2 of the top 5 wrestlers in the world right now. My honest opinion. So, seeing him on Dynamite tonight was excuse me. So seeing him on Dynamite tonight was really cool. And the 3-way for the tag team titles with United Empire, Roppongi Vice, and FTR. That sounds like a hell of a match, man. So I cannot wait. And I think we get to see Great O'Khan on television. Great O'Khan is great. That man, Great O'Khan is great. That man is a gem. Oh my God, Great O'Khan is great. So yeah, man. Looking forward to the 3-way we got coming up at Forbidden Door.
That picture of him in Vegas went viral, so good on him. And also, I listened to some. I think it was the Solid Monster, and MJF was in an interview a couple months ago with Ariel Helwani saying how much he hates New Japan, and Ariel Helwani was like, "Who's your favorite wrestler in New Japan if you had to say one?" And MJF was like, I think I'd have to go with the Great O'Khan." So, of course, MJF's favorite wrestler is the Great O'Khan. But back to Will Ospreay. obviously, he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. Obviously, he has to be on Forbidden Door. He's not going to take part in this three-way match for the tag team titles. He should be in a one-on-one singles match. I'll let you guys think. I'll let you guys say on who you think he should face. My pick's Darby Allin, man. I think those guys would absolutely tear it up at the United Center. If there's one guy who's not really doing much right now that I think would match up phenomenally with Will Osprey, it's Darby Allin, and I think they would have a great match at the Forbidden Door. And I think I heard one of you say, yeah, I think it was Cam.
I said, ooh, I didn't say yeah. My idea for Darby was for him to play some of my boy Roman. That was my idea for Darby. We get Darby Allin and Hiromu. I don't know if Hiromu's the current what's it called? I think he just won the best of Super Juniors. I could be wrong about that. I think he just won it. But I want to see Darby and Hiromu go at it. Especially since I don't think Orange Cassidy is going to be available to that show. If Orange Cassidy was available, I would say do Orange Cassidy and Hiromu simply for the comedy potential of that alone. Simply for the comedy potential of that alone. But, I would do Darby Allin and Hiromu. And for Will Osprey, I'm thinking Ray Phoenix, man. Will Osprey, I'm thinking Osprey and Phoenix. Maybe that match could be a lot of fun. Or Sammy Guevara. Or Sammy Guevara. I would imagine Sammy Guevara is going to be on. I'd imagine Sammy Guevara is going to be on the door. I'd love to see Osprey and Guevara go at it, man. I think those two guys could have a hell of a match. They would be flipping all around that ring and shit, man. Sammy Guevara and Will Osprey sign me up. I think that could be fun.
I mean, it is almost time that they get Sammy Guevara in something serious, but Wes, what do you think?
Well, let me tell you, all of those matchups sound absolutely beautiful. I mean, go ahead and just reward them the 6 stars. Why not? Just go ahead and reward it to them, man. All of those matchups sound mighty, mighty fine. But if I had to go with one, I'd probably go with as well as you, Joseph, with Darby Allin versus Will Osprey. I think that is the matchup there. Darby's not really doing much right now. Sings away at the moment. We don't know when he'll really be back. He's been out on the shelf ever since Kyle O'Reilly took out his leg with the chair and everything. So Darby's kind of on his own right now, kind of wandering around, not doing that much. So I think a spot against Will Osprey at the Forbidden Door pay-per-view would be a perfect spot for him. But hey, man, if you wanted to give me Sammy versus Will Osprey, I'm not going to complain. If you want to go ahead and give me Ray Phoenix versus Will Osprey, I'm not going to complain about that either. My goodness, man.
Were you going to say something, Cam?
I just said that sounds amazing. That sounds amazing.
So many possibilities for this man, but I'm hoping we find out soon. Maybe something happens on Rampage. I'm not sure, but I would be criminal if this man does not have a one-on-one match at Forbidden Door against the talent of AEW. But we had a New Japan talent. Speaking of a one-on-one match with a talent in AEW, we had David Finlay, who was in a tag team with Juice Robinson. They are no more. Is David Finlay a Bullet Club guy, by the way?
No, Juice Robinson.
Okay. Yeah. I knew Juice was, but I wasn't sure if David Finlay was. So David Finlay had a match against Hangman Page. The match was really good. I enjoyed it. I haven't seen David Finlay in a long time. He looks great. The one thing that I pointed out during this match, Hangman Page just got done he did a suicide dive on the David Finlay on the outside. Did anybody notice when Hangman Page went up to that girl who had a beer in her hand and he took a sip of her beer? I think Hangman Page is going back to his old roots. He lost the world championship, and before he was the world champion, he was drinking beer every week from the crowd, and he took a sip of beer tonight. Does anybody think we're gonna get we're going to get Hangman Page going back to his old roots, drinking the beer every week, because it happened tonight. So
I definitely think
I
something
hope not.
come out with Hangman for sure. I think they're probably gonna dip into some sort of different different kind of side of Hangman. Maybe I've heard people talk after he lost the title. Maybe it's a heel turn. Maybe we see Hangman go to the dark side. We haven't seen that side of Hangman just yet. We did see a little bit of it in the feud with Punk, but maybe he goes full dark. Maybe he joins up with Undisputed Elite eventually. Who knows? But I think something's definitely being teased, and something's going to be coming up here soon for Hangman.
Cam?
I don't think we get a Hangman heel turn. First off, I thought the match with Hangman and David Finlay was really good. David Finlay is really good, by the way. From what I have seen of David Finlay, David Finlay is really, really good. So David Finlay is really, really good. So I thought I thought him and Hangman had a really good match here. I don't think Hangman Page is going heel. I don't think Hangman Page is going heel. I actually think that would be a mistake. But Hangman Page saying he wants Okada. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's either gonna be Okada or Jay White. I'm hoping it's Okada. I'm hoping it's Okada personally. That match sounds awesome. And Hangman Page and Okada sounds like fun. We get to see Hangman Page in there with the best professional wrestler in the world. I said it 2 weeks ago, and I'll say it again. When he is healthy, Kazuchika Okada, because when he is healthy, Okada is the best wrestler on the planet. That is when that man is healthy. When that man ain't got no back issues and not, you want a man to go out there and give you a 45-minute class. Call Okada on the phone. Okada is the best wrestler in the world.
Yeah, man. Wes, you want to give your thoughts on the match? And then we got to talk about this post-match segment.
Yeah, I thought it was a very solid match here between Hangman and David Finlay. David Finlay is a very great talent in his own right, and I thought both him and Page matched up very well. Very interesting, too, that Adam Cole has been added to this mix, too, so I don't know what that might be leading to. Maybe, possibly, we saw after the match, we're going to get into it and stuff, but, maybe we end up getting something going on between Page and Cole before we get to Forbidden Door and a possible huge blockbuster of a matchup that we will definitely be kept talking about for quite a while for sure.
Yeah. So post-match, Hangman's like, I want the world title back. I have thought about losing the world championship so many times, but I wasn't in the battle royal tonight, and obviously that's not going to happen for a very long time. He says, however, though, do we have another world championship in professional wrestling, which is the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. And he called out Okada. Hangman Page called out Okada, and he wants Kazuchika Okada at Forbidden Door. He was then interrupted by Adam Cole Bebe saying Okada might not be the world champion by Forbidden Door, as it's going to be possibly his friend Jay White. And Adam Cole's like, you're not a champion anymore, Hangman. You're a loser. And Adam Cole has his Owen Hart title. And he says, if there's anybody that deserves a shot at the IWGP title, it is me. So what I'm thinking is possibly we're going to get Adam Cole versus Hangman 3. I don't know when that match is going to happen, but the winner faces Okada for the IWGP title at Forbidden Door. Man, I would take any of those guys against Okada. I would take any of those guys. If it's Adam Cole against Okada, great. If it's Hangman against Okada, great. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. And I don't know. Who do you guys think's gonna? When's that Dominion? Is it Sunday?
I think it's a Sunday, yeah.
Saturday. I thought it was Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
I'm not sure, but who's gonna win that Okada Jay White match because I still think the loser should be on the show regardless. And I think Adam Cole, if he's healthy, Adam Cole needs to be on that show. So could they go in a route where we see Jay White win the title and he faces Hangman, and we get a singles bout between Okada and Adam Cole? Reverse roles, Okada and Cole for the title, Hangman and Jay White in a singles match. Well, what could happen? There's a couple possibilities here, I think.
I know it's already being slated. It's been reported too. It's been the on the slate is Hangman versus Okada for Forbidden Door. So I kind of feel like we're still going to get Page versus Okada, and Okada is going to retain the title against Jay White at Dominion. We'll have to see what happens at Dominion first for sure. And I agree with you, Joseph. I think we are going to get Adam Cole and Adam Page in a one-on-one number one contenders match to decide who will fight for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at Forbidden Door. I still believe, though, that it's going to ultimately end up being Page versus Okada. And, maybe Adam Cole, I feel like, is definitely going to have some sort of spot and some sort of role on that show. Maybe, who knows? Maybe they'll do Adam Cole versus Jay White, Bullet Club versus Undisputed Elite. Who knows, man? Because I know Cole's friends with Jay White right now, but maybe there's maybe ahead getting into the pay-per-view, there might be a little bit of animosity, maybe a little bit of faction warfare between both the Undisputed Elite and Bullet Club. So it's gonna be interesting to see. But I now knowing that it's being reported that it's supposed to be Page versus Okada, I kind of think they're still gonna go through with that match. And honestly, who doesn't want to see that either? I would love to see Adam Cole versus Okada as well, but I think Page versus Okada is definitely the big money match for sure. I think it's just a little bit more of a bigger money match with Okada and Page. So
Yeah. What do you think, Cam?
I think Okada retains against Jay White, and I think Okada retains against Jay White, and I think we get Okada and Hangman at Forbidden Door, and I think we get Okada and Hangman at Forbidden Door. That's what I think happens. And Adam Cole, I could see Adam Cole. I could see Adam Cole versus Jay White happening. Absolutely, yeah. I could see Adam Cole versus Jay White happening. Absolutely. So yeah, that's what I think. So yeah, that's what I think happens. But I definitely think we're getting Okada defending the IWGP title against Hangman.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm kind of interested, man. I might go find it on Sunday and watch it. I'm not sure now, but I'll definitely keep an eye out on that one. We had Wardlow come out and get interviewed by Tony Schiavone. I'm so happy for Wardlow. The man is one of the most over guys in all of professional wrestling right now. Schiavone asks Wardlow why he wasn't in the Battle Royal. He says Wardlow wants to choose and pick his time to go after the World Championship, and now is not the time since they are crowning an interim champion. He says CM Punk is not here, and if CM Punk was here, he'd be gunning for the World Championship so he can pin CM Punk 1, 2, 3 with his shoulders on the mat. So I'm kind of glad they're not. I'm glad Wardlow wasn't in that match because I know it's just a Battle Royal, but Wardlow's too hot to be in that match, and knowing that he was probably going to lose in the main event. But Wardlow says the future is still bright though, and he says one thing that I do want is a title that has been very prestigious in the history of AEW and has been held by a very few men. However, in the past couple months, a few men have dispatched the title, and a few men has not held the title to its prestige. And Wardlow says he's already had a shot for this 3 months ago, but lost with shenanigans, and he wants the TNT title. He said when he lost to Scorpio Sky in March, he would always think about that match and the fact that he could be the TNT champion. So he wants the TNT championship and Scorpio Sky, and this is perfect. This is exactly where Wardlow needs to be. I don't care that Scorpio Sky just won the TNT championship. I don't care that they just rebranded the TNT Championship for Scorpio Sky. The title's not, I mean, the title wasn't doing good on Sammy Guevara, but the title's not doing great on Scorpio Sky either. I think a guy like Wardlow, who is so massively over right now, needs a championship, and I think the TNT Championship on Wardlow is exactly what he needs right now, and I'm all for Wardlow being the TNT champion and beating Scorpio Sky. Let's get you guys' thoughts on that. We're going to start with Cam on this one first.
You mean to tell me we're gonna get the TNT Championship off somebody who I can give two shits about? Off somebody I can give two shits about? Scorpios. Not disrespect the Scorpio Sky, by the way. By the way, men of the year. I know I'm probably late to this, but men of the year. But men of the year, they got a banger theme song. That theme song is a banger. I have grown. The men of the year theme song has grown on me. But okay, but back to that. You mean to tell me we're gonna get the TNT Championship off somebody who I can give two shits about? The Scorpio Sky, to somebody who on the Wardlow? Sign me up, man. Wardlow absolutely needs to. Wardlow absolutely needs to be the TNT champion. And him bringing prestige back to that TNT title is going to be great. Oh, and Wardlow, I have one question for you. I have one request of you, Wardlow. I know next week we're getting a handicap match. Wardlow against 29. Wardlow against 20 jobbers. Wardlow, please do me a favor, man. You're destroying the DPW roster, my dude. Please chill out, my dude. Chill out, man. You're destroying the DPW roster, my dude. North Carolina finally gets a hot indie wrestling promotion, and this man Wardlow is going to kill him. I'm not happy with that, man. Please don't anything on my DPW guys, man. I need him here to perform. I need him here in North Carolina to perform, man. We don't get much wrestling. We don't get much wrestling. We don't get much good wrestling anyways. Please don't destroy my DPW roster, Wardlow. And that's it.
I think we lost him. You still there, Cam?
Hello?
Yeah,
I'm here.
we lost you for a little bit. Can you say it again?
I was just gonna say, Wardlow as TNT champion is something that absolutely needs to happen. No, something that absolutely needs to happen. And Wardlow, I have one request, man. Please do not destroy all of the DPW roster, man. Please don't. Please don't destroy all of the DPW roster, man. I need that promotion, man. We finally get a hot wrestling promotion in North Carolina, and now you want to kill the entire roster. Please, Wardlow. Please do not destroy the DPW roster, man.
You know what should happen? This isn't a 20 on a 20-on-1, 20 security guards against Wardlow. You know what should happen? It's an elimination match. He should stack up all 20 security guards and pin all 20 of them at the same time. That's what should happen. That's exactly what needs to happen. But Wes, let's get your thoughts on this segment.
Yeah, I thought this was a very, very good segment, and the spot of Wardlow in the TNT title picture, it's like you said, Joseph, it's perfect. Obviously, you don't want Wardlow in that battle royal, because if Wardlow's in that battle royal, obviously he has to win that battle royal. But we knew that if he were in there, and especially if he were to get eliminated, it would not have looked good. It would have derailed his momentum. He's already on such a huge momentum run right now, and you want to keep that going. And I feel like him being in the TNT title picture now is a great spot for him. I eventually down the line, he needs to be in the world title picture for sure. He's definitely a future world champion in this company. But for right now, I think the TNT title could definitely use some Wardlow in the picture for sure. And, I know Scorpio Sky, just won the belt back, got a redesign, all that stuff. But, let's be honest, guys. I don't think we're all really that infatuated with Scorpio Sky's TNT title run. The TNT title needs something. It needs that prestige back. And who better to give it that prestige than Wardlow, who is one of the hottest baby faces in all professional wrestling right now. I think it's great. I'm all for it. And I think Wardlow winning the TNT title, which I know for a fact, I think we all know he's winning it. There's no way he's feuding with Scorpio Sky and not winning that freaking title, because all that would do was derail the momentum. Don't derail the momentum. keep the momentum going. And by keeping that momentum going, you have them go on to win the TNT title. When it happens, I don't know. I don't think it's happening at Forbidden Door. It's an AEW New Japan Super Show happening there. I definitely see it happening probably on a Dynamite or Rampage. How about maybe they do a special episode of Dynamite? They end up putting the TNT title up for grabs between Wardlow, Scorpio Sky. But we know very soon Wardlow will become the new TNT champion, and hopefully it should happen. Hopefully the TNT title will actually be put back on a high pedestal again, because right now it is still, it's thankfully the Scorpio Sammy feud is finally over. Thank the Lord, we've moved past that awful stuff. My God, I've never seen the TNT title look worse than that feud. So thankfully we've moved past that. And now we can actually put the TNT title back on that high pedestal again. Put it on this where it was about the same level as the world title. Put it back on that level again, because that's what I want for this championship.
Hey, I know we didn't do I know I did the Double or Nothing review by myself, but I think that 6-person tag was the worst wrestling match I've ever seen Sammy Guevara in my life since I've seen him wrestle. That was the worst match of his I've ever watched in my life. That match was ridiculous.
I didn't see that match, man. I didn't see that. I didn't see that match. As soon as the match came on the screen, I went and got me some food from my movie. I didn't even see that match. I stayed out all night. I watched them cook the food. I stayed out all night. I watched them cook the food till that match was over, bro. I was like, I'm not going nowhere till that shit's over.
Oh, man. Were you going to say, what's up? Were you going to say something, Wes?
No, I'm just in full agreement with Cam here. I mean, I swear, man. I mean, I'm so thankful for that feud to be over. And I was also saying before too that poor Frankie Kazarian, that he got pulled into all this. Why you had to pull Frankie into this, I don't know why. I mean, that he literally was just the third wheel in that weird freaking trio. Like seeing the image of him like Sammy and Ty making out in the background and Frankie just cutting a promo. I'm like, dude, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Dude.
Like everything they did, it was like channel changing garbage. Like I swear, man, Wardlow being in the picture again, it is a really great thing. If you were gonna complain about that, you clearly don't want better things for the TNT title. So.
Yeah. I mean, poor Frankie looked like a nerd that entire feud with Sammy Guevara. Ridiculous, but I'm glad it's over. And the TNT Championship is exactly what Wardlow needs. So we're going to move on from the Wardlow segment. And really quickly, we're going to talk about the Young Bucks as they were in their office, and they talk about what a great week they had last week. They pinned one half of the Tag Team Champions in Los Angeles. And then last Friday, in their hometown, they beat their greatest rivals ever, the Lucha Bros, which, by the way, I've seen one of the best openings on Rampage in person in March with the match with Andrade, Darby Allin, and Sammy Guevara when they fought for the TNT Championship. I think this tag team match with the Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks last Friday, I didn't watch it live because I was at the Phillies game, but I watched it I watched it Sunday. I think that match was probably one of, if not the greatest opening match since Rampage existence. That match was tremendous. Holy moly. But they talked about their momentum and what a great week they had last week. And there was a knock, and in came the Hardy Boys. And the Hardys congratulated the Young Bucks on their win and said, "You forgot one thing, and that's that we defeated you guys at Double or Nothing. So we think we deserve a tag team title match." And then Christian and Jurassic Express come walking in, and Christian says, "I don't think either of you guys deserve a tag team title match. But here's what we're going to do. Since we're fighting champions, we earned to be the tag team champions. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to challenge the Young Bucks, and I'm going to challenge the Hardy Boys. And we're going to do this in a match that made us," he was talking to the Hardy Boys. He says, "We're going to do this in a match that made us famous." And he said, "Next week on Dynamite," I think, is it Road Rager next week?
Yep.
Okay, so next week on AEW Dynamite Road Rager, it's going to be the Young Bucks, the Hardys, and the Jurassic Express for the tag team titles in a freaking ladder match, man. That match is going to be freaking bananas. You're telling me you're going to have Nick Jackson, Jungle Boy, and Jeff Hardy to be able to use a ladder? Holy smokes. I can't wait for next week. I think the Young Bucks should go over, but holy smokes, man. I cannot wait for that tag team ladder match next week. What are your guys' quick thoughts on the ladder match next week? We'll start with Wes real quick.
Yeah, what a wild matchup that's going to be, man. They're really stacking that Road Rager show for the next Wednesday night. But man, I hope and pray Jeff Hardy's going to be all right, man. Because the fact that he got hurt at Double or Nothing after just a normal tag team match. Granted, he did do a swanton onto Steel Steps in that match, but like, yeah, I'm most concerned for Jeff Hardy when it comes to. I'm very excited for the match, but just be looking out for Jeff Hardy. I really hope he doesn't hurt himself too badly in this match, but. Knowing the Hardys and how they're probably gonna be doing some crazy stuff. But it should be a lot of fun. And the result is definitely gonna be interesting to see. I could see, I feel like it could be kind of a toss up between at least the Hardys and Jurassic Express. I can't really see the Young Bucks winning the titles again at this point, but I think it's gonna be interesting though. I think the result might end up shocking us by the end of the night. Who knows?
Cam?
I'm looking forward. This ladder match next week sounds fun as hell. This sounds fun. I hope Jeff Hardy is able to make it out in one piece, man. Jeff Hardy has been looking kind of rough. Jeff Hardy's been looking kind of rough, man, since he's been in AEW. You know, they had a crazy match with Darby Allin. He got a crazy match with Darby Allin. It looked like he injured himself in that tag team match against the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing. Now he's in there dealing with ladders, and I just know that Jeff Hardy is going to jump off one of the top ladder. The man can't help. The man cannot help it. Anytime you put Jeff Hardy in a ladder match where he sees something tall, it's just he has to jump off of it. That's what Jeff Hardy does. So I hope Jeff Hardy is able to walk. So I hope Jeff Hardy is able to walk on his own 2 feet next week. And I hope the Young Bucks win the tag team titles. Just looking at the teams there, I think the Young Bucks are the more appealing team out of the three to win the tag team titles, to be quite honest with you.
I think it makes I'm going to have to disagree with Wes on this one. I think it makes the most sense that the Young Bucks go over. I think if you put the tag team titles on the Hardy Boys, I think it's too early, and they haven't really told a proper story with the chase for the tag team titles, the chase for one last run for the Hardy Boys. They really haven't told that story, and if they do it abruptly on the Dynamite, I mean, it kind of feels rushed in my opinion. At Jurassic Express, I mean, listen, man, they're a great tag team. They've had a really fun run as the tag team champions. We all know this turn is coming. It's coming next week. The freaking face look that Jungle Boy gave to Christian Cage when Christian was making matches next week, and he even tweeted out a bunch of question marks. And yeah, this heel turn is coming next week, and they're no longer going to be the tag team champions. I think, if you ask me, I think it makes the most sense to give the titles to the Young Bucks. That we'll see what happens, man. But regardless, I think the match is going to be awesome, and I hope Jeff Hardy's okay after next week. We had Thunder Rosa defending the AEW Women's Championship against Marina Shafir. They literally set this up in the backstage segment during the day. Did not like this at all. And the fact that the opponent was Marina Shafir made it even worse. I'm sorry, guys. Marina Shafir's not good. I mean, I know we saw her match. I see the facial expression on Wes's face. I know we saw the match with Jade Cargill. That was terrible. I mean, I know Thunder Rosa is one of the best wrestlers in the world, but come on, guys. Marina Shafir is just not good in the ring at all. And the fact that Thunder Rosa had to beat her with a roll-up, I did not like that finish at all. Like, she beat Serena Deeb clean at the pay-per-view, and she rolled up Marina Shafir, who's bad. And I like the feud. They're kind of setting her up with it. Marina Shafir attacked her after the match. She's got her in a submission hold. Tony Storm comes down for the save. Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa take out Marina Shafir, and Tony Storm holds up the women's championship, teases that she wants the AEW women's championship, and she wants Thunder Rosa. I mean, if they want to do that as Thunder Rosa's next feud, I got no problem with that whatsoever. Thunder Rosa apparently is in the news that she's frustrated with AEW Creative, that she's not getting enough TV time, or the women's championship enough TV time. I don't like the fact that they freaking threw this match with Marina Shafir in a backstage segment. But if you're gonna give her a feud with Tony Storm, please don't let it be like the Serena Deeb feud where all we get is on-stage promos between the two, because that's lame. I want to see Tony Storm get wins. I want to see in-ring promos on one another and have it build up to a big match on Dynamite or Rampage. So, Tony Storm seems to be the new direction for Thunder Rosa. I love it. Just give it a good build, and we're good to go here. So, let's hear from Wes on this one, man. I know you got some great stuff to say.
Yeah, well, yeah, sorry to all the Marina Shafir stands out there, if there are any of you out there in the community, but Marina Shafir is not a good wrestler. She's not. Yeah, I don't know why AEW is like kind of trying to get people to care about her. She's not good, man. I mean, she was literally a background player, and when she was with Shayna Baszler in NXT, and Shayna Baszler we know is a star, and man, I wouldn't mind one day her showing up in AEW, that's for sure. But Marina Shafir, when push comes to shove, she's not a good wrestler, and yeah, the way they set this up wasn't really. I really have done that myself, but yeah, I've been hearing the reports too about Thunder Rosa being frustrated with creative and how the direction of her title reign has been going. And honestly, I don't blame her at all for being upset, because honestly, it's been underwhelming up to this point. I thought the match with Serena Deeb and Dolphin thing was great. It's a shame that the crowd was pretty burnt out by that point, because the pay-per-view was super long. And you had a few matches on that card you could have easily scrapped and saved for a later time, but that's that. It's in the past now. But Thunder Rosa, I hope that, whatever's coming with this potential feud with Tony Storm, I hope this means bigger and better things for her. And I hope we start to see, if it comes to building up a future World Women's title match between both Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa, that we actually do get some substantial build to it, and that we actually get announced segments for like face-to-face confrontation, or we get them like competing on television, like Tony Storm racking up some more wins for herself to get into that title contention. I don't know if she's in the top 5 rankings right now up to this point, but yeah, I don't blame Thunder Rosa for being frustrated. They could be doing a lot better with her reign, and hopefully, again, bigger and better things are to come. But yeah, this wasn't it though. This wasn't a good way to the match itself wasn't a good way to build up her stock as women's world champion. And again, I mean, they need to be doing better, but the after match stuff, I'm very intrigued by, and I'm looking forward to see what they do with that. Sign me up for Thunder Rosa versus Tony Storm for sure.
Cam?
I don't know why they put Marina Shafir in this match. There was no other woman available that you could have put in this match, and you couldn't find any. I know Anna Jay lost to Jay Cargill on paper. I know Anna Jay's in the storyline right now with Jay Cargill, but like, you couldn't put Anna Jay in this match. You couldn't put you couldn't put Taikonchi. You couldn't put Taikonchi in this role. Jamie Hayter in this role. Just anybody other than Marina Shafir. No disrespect to Marina Shafir. I don't see it. I don't see it with Marina Shafir. I just don't. If you like Marina Shafir, that's great. If you like Marina Shafir, that's great. I don't see it with Marina Shafir. But I thought the post-match stuff was very promising. And I hope this feud is actually built up more to something, because I do think Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm. Not only do I think the match will be great, but I think the feud could be a lot of fun too. I think this feud could be a lot of fun too. And AEW, they have to be careful to make sure. They have to be very careful to make sure their women's division does not end up like WWE's women's. And what I'm saying by that is, yes, AEW does have a lot of very talented women, but when I say they need to avoid it becoming like WWE's women's division, here's what I mean. With WWE's women's division, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair are the clear, are basically Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair are the clear women that they build everything around. AEW they need to avoid that. AEW need to avoid that. Where two women where they put all the spotlight on are Britt Baker and Jay Carter. They need to avoid that at all costs. They're starting to get there, and they need to avoid that at all costs. So them Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm in the championship feud, perfectly fine with me.
He cut off a little bit at the end there, but I totally agree. I mean, it's not like Thunder Rosa is really getting a lot of spotlight with the women's championship, which is kind of a shame. And it goes to show when hold on a second. Cam, you there?
I'm here.
Okay. We didn't hear you for the last second, but back to what I was saying. It goes to show you how there's a problem with your women's championship picture when I believe, in my opinion, Jade Cargill, the TBS champion, is getting more attention than the women's champion. That should never happen in any division. That the second, I mean, unless it's for an emergency, the secondary title is getting more attention than the women's championship. I absolutely hate that. That's got to change. That's absolutely got to change. And that's just the bottom line. So before we get into the main event, we'll run over the Rampage card on Friday and Road Rager next Wednesday in St. Louis. Might be on here on Friday. I'm not sure yet. I'll let you all know my status on Friday. Could be going back to the Phillies game again on Friday night. I will let you guys know. But Friday night we got FTR and Trent Beretta against Will Osprey and the Aussie Open. So there you go. Will Osprey is going to be wrestling in AEW Friday night on Rampage. So that should be very fun. I pitched in one of my group chats I'm in. I pitched a Trent Will Osprey match next week on Dynamite. I would love to see them two go at it 1-on-1. Red Velvet and Chris Statlander again. Getting to see them again. We'll hear from Hookhausen. We get the debut of the tag team of Jay Lethal and Satnam Singh. So Friday will be the first look of Big Satnam Singh. I can't wait to see him pull off top rope maneuvers and all that stuff. We'll see how it goes. And then
That's Satnam Singh. Man, let me tell you something, man. Hey, man, let me tell you something, man. It is almost guaranteed we are going to get a Satnam Singh suicide dive and a Satnam Singh Canadian destroy. That is almost common, man. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going a little too far there, but we'll see. And then Friday night, I think your main event is going to be Jake Hager against Eddie Kingston. As I think, Jake Hager was the one who eliminated Eddie Kingston in the Battle Royal. So, and then next Wednesday, Road Rager, live from St. Louis, we got Chris Jericho against Ortiz in a hair versus hair match. We didn't talk about this one yet. We weren't able to talk about this one last week. But man, I don't think Ortiz is losing his hair next week. I think Chris Jericho is getting a cut.
I think so too. I see it going that way as well. I mean, I don't know if Jericho's going to go completely bald. I don't know what the whole thing is with that. I mean, I imagine he'd probably go back to the short hairstyle, which looks good on him. So maybe he's tired of the long locks. So
Cam, do you think different?
Bald Chris Jericho, I don't think would look great. I don't think bald Chris Jericho would look good. I don't
I
think
don't think
so.
I don't think he's going bald. I just think he's getting a haircut.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, I don't know. I don't see Ortiz getting his haircut next week. And the babyface always goes over in hair versus hair matches. So, but we'll see. I think it'll be a good match. So we got that. We got the three-way ladder match for the tag team titles. Young Bucks, Hardy Boys, and Jurassic Express. We got the 20-on-1 Wardlow against all the security guards. That should be awesome. And we got the All-American Championship Tournament. Ethan Page against Miro. So that's all happening next Wednesday on the Road Rager edition of Dynamite. Your main event tonight was Kyle O'Reilly and Jon Moxley, where the winner was going to go on and face the winner of Tanahashi and Goto at Forbidden Door. Earlier in the night, I was a little bit disappointed that Kyle O'Reilly won this Battle Royal. I would have loved to see Andrade against Jon Moxley. I would have loved to see another match between Wheeler Yuta and Jon Moxley. But man, at the end of the night, when this match was over, I'm like, man, I'm glad Kyle O'Reilly won that Battle Royal, because I don't think I have that choice in the Battle Royal. I don't think someone could have given as physical of a match against Jon Moxley as Kyle O'Reilly did. Those guys got plenty of time. The show ended around 10:02, I think. They got plenty of time. They got at least, 15 minutes to do what they needed to do. That match was freaking physical as hell. One of the things that I noticed, Moxley had a submission hold on Kyle O'Reilly, and O'Reilly got to the rope by biting the rope. And he's biting the rope, and Jon Moxley kicks the rope. I can't imagine how much that hurts, man. That has got to be absolutely painful. I think Kyle O'Reilly's going to have to go get a visit from DMD. I think DMD is going to have to go look at his teeth. So, but man, that looked absolutely brutal. That one spot where they just freaking traded clothesline each other hard as hell as both fall to the ground. The crowd ate this shit up. I know we see a lot of high-flying maneuvers and crazy moves, but man, another reason why I love pro wrestling so much is for matches like this that just you got two wrestlers that just absolutely go out to beat the shit out of each other, and just it's a fight, man, and it's what I love about pro wrestling is one of these matches you just have a fight, and absolutely amazing stuff. Someone on Twitter said, this match, beautiful violence. That's exactly what this match was. Beautiful violence. And of course, Jon Moxley did go over. Kyle O'Reilly stood no chance beating Jon Moxley. But at the end of the night, I'm glad O'Reilly won the Battle Royal now. This match freaking kicked ass. And hey, man, good for Kyle O'Reilly. This man has been on a freaking run in the past month and a half. Match with Jungle Boy, Ray Phoenix, Samoa Joe, Darby Allin, and now Jon Moxley. I could definitely see a singles run in Kyle O'Reilly's future in AEW. So this match was awesome. It kicked ass. And as expected, Jon Moxley is going to Forbidden Door to fight, more than likely, Hiroshi Tanahashi for the interim AEW World Championship. It's the last segment of the night. I'm going to hand it over to Cam for this one first.
I thought I thought this was a really good match with John Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly. These guys just went in there and they beat the shit out of each other, and I love those type of matches. And I love the matches where they go in there and I love the type of matches where they go in there, and they beat the absolute shit out of each other. So I thought this was a lot of fun. I thought this was a lot of fun, as predictable as it was, as predictable as this match was. I thought this was a lot of fun, and Moxley getting the win does look with the right choice. Now Moxley is going to be the interim AEW champion. And so, yeah, I thought this was a lot of fun.
Wes?
Yeah, this was definitely match of the night for sure for me. Just the physical warfare between both John Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly. Awesome matchup. And Moxley winning was definitely the right call there. I think we all kind of expected who was going to win. But, man, yeah, what a run this has been up to this point for Kyle O'Reilly, man. If they wanted to go into a future singles run with Kyle O'Reilly, I would not be opposed to it. I could definitely see him holding the TNT title at least one day. I think that would be really cool to see. But yeah, hell of a match here between both these guys. It's physical, hard hitting, and in the end, John Moxley prevailed. Now we wait to see who wins the matchup between Tanahashi and Goto, and everyone's that. We'll meet Moxley at Forbidden Door to crown the interim AEW World Champion. Should be a lot of fun. I'm really liking how things are shaping up for Forbidden Door on June 26th. We're not that far away, boys. We only got to think like a couple more weeks, and then we're gonna be there at the United Center, Chicago, for Forbidden Door, man. It should be a great show all around, and I'm looking forward to it.
I wish I was going, man. It's going to be an unbelievable show, but I can't wait. We're going to get more build of it. Right now, the confirmed matches is the I think the only confirmed matches is the Fatal 4-Way for the All-Atlantic title and the match for the interim AEW World Championship. But I'm pretty sure we'll get some more matches confirmed. I mean, shit. How many more? We've only got, like, what? 2 more Dynamites before Forbidden Door?
I think so.
Jesus, man. Double or Nothing just got over, too.
So John Moxley versus Hiroshi Tanahashi is confirmed for Door. It's good to see.
Basically, because is Goto beating Tanahashi?
I don't think so.
If Goto beats Tanahashi, I'll do. If Goto beats Tanahashi, if Goto beats Hiroshi Tanahashi, the next Dynamite review we do, I will give a viewer of this chat $20. I will send you $20 if Goto beats Hiroshi. If Goto beats Hiroshi Tanahashi.
If Goto beats Tanahashi, I will change my Twitter name to Joseph Conlon, the WWE stan. So there you go. I'm pretty confident that Tanahashi's not losing against Goto. But ladies and gentlemen, that was the AEW Dynamite review. It's been quite a couple few weeks since we haven't had the band together. We got back tonight, and boom, look at this. We had amazing over an hour and a half of great AEW content analyzing tonight's Dynamite show for you guys. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have not already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Comment down below. I need to know your thoughts on Dynamite, everything that happened tonight. I need you to hit that thumbs up as well. Hit the thumbs up on the video. You got to follow me on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok if you want to. All at Colin_Joseph. Man, Cam, where can everybody follow you on your socials, man?
Follow me on Twitter at Cam71101. Also, make sure you subscribe to the CNA podcast, available on all platforms, man. And we got something cooking in the pot, man, for not only for Forbidden Door, but in terms of interviews. We got something cooking. We got something cooking in that pot, man. I might have some AEW friends of mine on the podcast real soon. So if that interests you, make sure you check it out. Make sure you check it out. CNA podcast available on all platforms.
Wes?
You already know, follow me over on Instagram and TikTok at The Real Wesley Snipes. Folks, Thank you so much for tuning in to the band, the reunion of the band, talking AEW content once again, man. What a hell of a review this was for AEW Dynamite tonight live in Kansas City, Missouri. And folks, we're just a couple weeks away until we get to the Forbidden Door pay-per-view live in Chicago, Illinois at the United Center. It's going to be one hell of a show there. And folks, I hope you join us once again. If we're not on Rampage this Friday, you already know we'll be back next Wednesday to talk Road Rager, and I cannot wait to dive back into some more AEW content. But folks, thank you so much for joining myself, Joseph Conlon, Cameron Johnson. Joseph, let's send that crowd home happy.
And before we go, thank you, Wes. Thank you, Cam. We're back tonight. This was a very fun review. Personally, one of my funnest reviews I think I've ever done. So much to talk about coming out of tonight's show. And I told you guys last week, man, I could have easily plugged in 2 replacements to have you guys on the show. But I didn't want to do that because you guys have been on the channel for over a year. And there's like no replacements. So I just did it by myself. I'm glad to have you guys back, though. Forbidden Door coming up soon. I know before we go, last year, and this is just in my head, last year I did a little Double or Nothing video called the Double or Nothing Round Table. I didn't do that last year. I'm thinking about doing that for Forbidden Door. So if you guys want to, I'm not sure when I'm going to do it because of work and everything, but you guys are invited for the Forbidden Door Round Table. And of course, we'll get a 4th guest. So we have 4 people, a 4-man table, and we can all talk about Forbidden Door and all that stuff. But I'm just thinking about it. I just got to get my work schedule all situated, but we can figure that out in a couple of weeks. But guys, it's close to midnight. I'm getting out of here. Thank you all for joining me tonight. For Wes, for Cam, myself. Might not see you Friday. You might see me Friday. It's a 50-50 shot, but if you don't, I'll see you Wednesday next week for Road Rager. Have a good one. Stay safe. And as always, stay classy. We out. Peace.